Hello everyone, my name is Triton Perrin, and today I'm bringing you a video that is going to contain a couple updates as well as a new bass tone that you can do with just one track, something very simple. So let's start with some updates. I wanted to make a couple videos before, but I decided to wait until I had a more reliable monitoring system and a better room. And so I have some new JBL monitors that I'm really loving. And I also bought myself a bass guitar so that now I can record my own bass tracks, which is supremely helpful. I hate dealing with MIDI bass. My new bass guitar is a Yamaha TRX. It's only 4 strings, which that's all I need for my own music. Now that I have everything set up the way I want it, and I'm used to the way everything sounds, I'm going to start making videos, and I'm also going to be writing an album. So now that we've got those updates out of the way, I have one last thing I wanted to say, but I'm going to leave that for the end of the video. And I want to talk about my bass guitar, this new bass guitar tone, and my guitar DI tracks. Now I got a few people asking about DI tracks and saying that theirs didn't sound very good and they wanted to know about mine and what I use, etc. So I wanted to make this quick and tell you what I'm using and show you how mine sounds. So first I'm just going to show you how my DI tracks sound, and because I recorded this very simple riff for a little competition that I'm probably not going to submit. Here is my DI track sound. So there's my DI sound. It's not the best DI sound that you will ever hear, but it's also not at all too bad. I used an ESP LTD F50, which is one of the lowest range LTDs you can get as a 50 series. And I'm just using some Dunlop strings, 12 to 54 gauge, and it has an EMG HZ pickup, which is a passive EMG. I'm running that into like a $20 DI box. It just says it's Sidekick Passive Direct Box by Hosa, and I'm running that into my Focusrite Scarlett 2i2. The only reason I have the DI box is because the Focusrite Scarlett 2i2 has a problem with clipping, so I need the DI box to get rid of that problem. If you have questions about your setup or things that I recommend, you can just leave a comment down below and I will respond to you. So now let's look at the bass guitar. This is my Yamaha bass guitar, and the guitar tone that I'm using for this, it's very simple. You don't have to worry about duplicating or having multiple tracks. You can just do it all on one track, and I will tell you how I got it this way. But first, let's take a listen to the DI track by itself. So it's not the most amazing sounding bass guitar out there, but for $200, you really can't go wrong with that. That sounds fantastic. I love it. So for this bass guitar tone, I'm running it through the TSE BOD. This is kind of giving it some distortion and sculpting the sound a little bit. Then I am running it through SHB1, which I mentioned in the last video, and I absolutely love this. I've tried some other bass amp sims, and this one's just my favorite. I absolutely love the way this sounds. And something you have to keep in mind when doing everything on one track is that sometimes the treble or the high end can get a little unruly, so you will need to adjust that on the amp and with some EQ later. Now I'm running this into Nade IR, which it has an Ampeg 8x10 impulse response. I tried many different impulse responses, and this one just gave the best tone. I really, really like the Ampeg sound. So let's listen to what this bass guitar tone sounds like now. So it's a very gnarly, very modern sounding bass guitar tone. The only problem that I really run into doing all the processing on one track is that I have a buildup of mids that I don't really want at all. I could turn it down on the SHB1, but I like to do it a little bit better. I like to be a little bit more precise using EQ. As I've mentioned before, the high end gets a little unruly, so I need to adjust that with some EQ so that the compression doesn't bring it out way too much. So I'm just going to show you the end results, and I used Ultra Channel and RIA EQ for a little bit of extra EQ sculpting, and this is what I ended up getting. Very, very great sort of grindy bass guitar tone. I really like this, especially for more modern music. I kind of prefer my other bass guitar tone from the video I had made before, but I kind of like that for like death metal and thrash metal, those types of genres, because I really just want the bass guitar to be glued into the track. And with this really stands out, and you'll be able to hear that. I'll show you the full track here right now. I just did a very, very quick mix with that. So you can even see over here that I still have the Easy Drummer up, and I just used Rough Rider for some quick parallel compression, and then the Quasa Eve AT4 for just a little bit of EQ sculpting to make it all fit in the mix a bit better. All right, so now that I've covered the bass tone and I've showed you my DI tracks, I just have one last thing that I want to talk about in this video, and that is the fact that I am open for mixing and mastering. I wasn't sure about saying anything about that, but I absolutely love mixing and I love mastering, and if anybody out there is looking for someone to do something for their album or for a song, just hit me up here on YouTube or check out the description of this video for one of the Facebook pages, so you can send me a message there where we can talk about pricing and anything else that you want to talk about. So I really hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you enjoyed the bass guitar tone that I showed you. I'm really kind of liking this. I was doing it on separate tracks, but I'm actually kind of digging the sound on just the one track like this. And I even recorded these tracks on my own with inexpensive guitars, inexpensive gear, and so you know that you can get a good sound without spending a lot of money. So that's all I really want to talk about in this video. So if you liked everything, be sure to subscribe, because I am in the process of making a bunch of videos right now. I want to say I hope you have a good day, and see ya.